I was recently attacked by some right wingers. It made like national news. I was thinking like Newsweek and Fox News and stuff like that for some comments I made at a Red Nation teach-in on December 3rd in Minneapolis about like dismantling settler colonialism in the United States, decolonization and such. And some of the hate mail I got, I remember one in particular, was from it was almost all of it was from white men. First of all, I say like 90% of the hate mail I got was from white men. Even the ones who were pretending to be anonymous, I could totally tell were white men. One told me that I deserved to be chopped up into pieces. I got called a loudmouth bitch a lot. I got called a squaw a lot. Um, and and after I watched Killers of the Flower Moon, I was like, "Oh my god, I think all these haters maybe watched that movie and then pulled all of the hyper racist and sexist things they said to me that are directed specifically at Native women." And these emails I got them into my university inbox. But then I thought more about it and I was like, "No, like the reason why me and in 20 this happened a month ago. So this happened like 30 days ago, December of 2023. I'm getting this kind of response for being a loudmouth Native woman in public is the exact same reason why Anna got that response and was treated that way in Killers of the Flower Moon. And it's not a coincidence, right? Because the structure of settler colonialism is premised upon this kind of, it's not even dehumanization, it's actually something much more sinister. And it goes deep into the psyche of white settler masculinity. And I think that speaks to the film. The film is literally like the unconscious of the settler masculine present of today, like 2024 in the United States. It is not something that belongs in history. What we are seeing, like Killers of the Flower Moon, very much represents what settler colonialism is today, and especially like the kind of world that Native women have to navigate today, as they had to do, as our ancestors have had to do for hundreds of years. There's no safety. There's no safety for Native women because the entire fucking project is premised upon our annihilation. You know?
The FBI did the same thing. I mean, almost the same thing to Anna Mae Aquash. And when you like, they cut off her hands, and so like this dismemberment of native female bodies, and this desire to do that is at the basis of settler colonialism, because it represents the 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 dismemberment of the land and the separation of the land, and the land being chopped up and given to white male settlers. So it's the same thing. It's been happening. So it's happening in the early 20th century. It's happening in the late 20th century, and it's still happening today. So this has just been a continuing line from the very first moment that settlers set foot on this land. And the structure itself has evolved, but it hasn't really changed. And